I now request the guest of honor, Honorable Mr. Justice B. Veerappa, Judge, High Court of Karnataka, to address the gathering. So please.
ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಗುಡ್ ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಒನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್. ಮೈ ಲಾರ್ಡ್ ಆನರಬಲ್ ಜಸ್ಟಿಸ್ M.N. ವೆಂಕಟಾಚಲಯ್ಯ, ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ ಚೀಫ್ ಜಸ್ಟಿಸ್ ಸುಪ್ರೀಂ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ, and Bhishma Pitamaha, who is present to virtual mode, my Lord Honorable Justice Abhay Srinivas Voka, Judge Honorable Supreme Court of India and Karma Yogi, my Lord Honorable Justice Alok Aradhya, Acting Chief Justice, High Court of Karnataka, who adheres to the principles of work is worship, my brother Justice Dinesh Kumar, Judge High Court of Karnataka, all my dear brothers, judges, Sri Prabhulinga Ravatgi, K. Young and energetic Advocate General State of Karnataka, Sri Narugun, Solicitor General of India, Shanti Bhushan, Assistant Solicitor General of India, Arun Sham, Learned Assistant Advocate General, senior advocates, my advocates friends, Mr. Venkatesh Nayak, Law Secretary, Government of Karnataka, Dr. J.M. Mallikarjunayya, Principal, esteemed staff, my dear students of KLE College, Mr. Mahantesh, Kavadligimat, Mr. Sridhar Prabhu, Member Secretary, Organizing Committee, friends from media, ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, I congratulate the KLE Society Law College, Bengaluru, Samutkarsha Trust, Karnataka, organizing National Colloquium on Judicial Services and Opportunities and Challenges. According to me, it should be like this: opportunities and challenges on judicial services. How can I become good judicial officer in a judicial service? Is it by serving as a judicial officer for a long period with clean record? Is it by promptly, regularly deciding the monthly quota of cases? Is it by writing erudite judgments? Is it by being honest all through your career? Is it by being considerate and courteous to the litigants? The duty of a judicial officer is to render justice. Rendering justice in a large sense means giving every person his or her due. In the context of judicial officers, rendering justice means speedy, effective and competent adjudication of disputes and compliance in a fair and impartial manner in accordance with law, tempered by equity, equality and compassion wherever required and permissive of a due hearing. A judicial officer, by his conduct, by his fairness in hearing and by just and equitable decisions, should earn himself or herself and judiciary the trust and respect public and the members of the bar. Article 14, Constitution of India stipulates that all persons shall be equal before the courts and tribunal. In determination of any criminal charge against him, of his rights and obligations in a suit of law, everyone shall be entitled to a fair and public hearing by a competent, independent, impartial tribunal established by law. The qualities of a good judicial officers are: 1. That he should be a competent, independent and impartial. 2. He should give a fair and public hearing. 3. He should treat all persons equally, irrespective of caste, creed. To achieve the above, judicial officer has to develop certain judicial skills, certain administrative skills, more importantly, scrupulously follow certain judicial ethical standards. A person requires certain judicial skills to effectively to discharge his functions as judicial officer as an adjudicator presiding over public judicial forum. 1. A thorough knowledge of procedure, code of civil procedure, code of criminal procedure, statutes dealing with statutes dealing with evidence, limitation, court fee, storms, and forensic and police procedures. 2. Broad acquaintance with the substantive laws. The judicial officer should know broadly all frequently used substantial laws and fundamental constitutional legal principles. 3. Art of giving proper hearing. The judicial officer should develop the skill of giving a due hearing, due opportunity to put forth one's case. 4. Marshalling of facts, writing of good judgments. 5. Handling interim prayers and requests for adjournments. 6. Administrative skills. 7. Time management. 8. Board management. 9. Registry management. Bar management. Self-management. Judicial ethics. Integrity and honesty. Judicial aloofness and detachment. Judicial independence. Judicial temperament and humility. Impartiality. Freedom from external and internal bias and prejudice. Judicial officers are neither legislators nor administrators, and they must not be experts in the field other than law. They do not make laws or govern the country, but they are interpreters of law, seekers of truth, renderers of justice, guardians of the rule of law. Judicial officers are the protectors, providers of level playing fields of the downtrodden and weaker sections. Knowing the principles of judicial ethics is not enough. Procedure, ethical principles constantly, vigilantly. Practice the ethical principles constantly, vigilantly. Take the inspiration from the ratings of simple and humble lifestyles of great judges like Honorable Justice M.N. Venkatachalaya, the former Chief Justice of India, Honorable Justice Rajendra Babu, Honorable Justice Ravindran, my Lord Honorable Justice Abhay Srinivas Voka, and great leaders. Be good judges, bring glory and credibility for the great institution. If you become a judicial officer, please remember that after every knock at all the doors fail, people approach the judiciary as the last resort, and therefore the court should act as societal parents. Like any other organ of the state, judiciary is also manned by human beings, but the functions of judiciary is distinctly different from other organs of the state. In this sense, its function is divine. Today, the judiciary is the repository of public faith. It is the trust of the people. It is the last hope of the people. It is the only temple worshipped by every citizen of this nation, regardless of the religion, caste, sex, place of birth. It is high time for the judiciary must take utmost care to see the temple of justice does not crack from inside, which will lead to a catastrophe in the judicial delivery system, resulting in the failure of public confidence in the system. We must remember that woodpeckers inside pose a larger threat than the storm outside. Every hard-working student or a lawyer will have an opportunity to become a judicial officer. To discharge the work of judicial officer effectively, one must have a practical knowledge of ground reality in life, in addition to the book knowledge. Therefore, don't become bookworm, but instead try again real practical knowledge. A student should visit villages to know the reality of life and practical difficulties of downtrodden, weaker section, vulnerable sections of the society, women, senior citizens. You should also visit Taluka Legal Services committees, district legal service committees, work as volunteer, create legal awareness in the minds of the general public and enlighten the people with regard to advantages of settlement of disputes and conciliation. Then we can achieve the goal to some extent. I invite all the younger generation who are smiling, come to the judiciary only to work as a judicial soldiers. Like our brother, sister judges, they are every moment ready to die for the nation. You should come to serve as a judicial soldiers, not for fame, not for anything. If a judicial officer, you should work only dharma, not by passes, not by caste, creed. You should come out. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Karnataka.
Thank you, sir, for your thought-provoking words.